My name is Samantha Hubbs, and I'm a recent graduate from the Toronto Film School. Some of my interests are, of course, acting, writing, stage. I'd like to learn how to do some more directing. I believe in the paranormal existence because the paranormal has made itself very quite known in my life, and so it's very hard to ignore. The earliest I can remember would probably be back in 97, 98 is when my grandfather was dying, and my mom had called a psychic because just a lot of strange things were happening in the house. Bangs on the wall. You'd put something on the floor, come back, and it was on the bed. You could hear footsteps coming down the stairs, lights flashing on and off, and it was kind of scaring me and my sisters a little bit because we didn't really know what was happening. A couple years ago, it was coming up to the anniversary when my grandfather had died, and just old memories were flashing back. Some really hard to deal with, and I remember I was laying on my bed on my side and I was crying, and I don't know what it was, and I just felt like this weight in the back behind me, and I just felt like something had put a weight had gone right across my chest, and all of a sudden I just felt like this, very squeezed, and after that I just stopped crying and I fell asleep. It was comforting.
Hey, I'm Alex. I used to go to school for art. I'm an artist. Yeah, I'm really into painting and sculpture. Inspired by a lot of different artists. Big fan of Picasso. Well, we kind of got stuck with this place. It wasn't by choice. It was kind of a last option sort of thing. And the other place we were going to fell through, and we needed a place to live. So it kind of just happened. I'm not too crazy about the place. I don't know about haunted. I don't know if anybody like died here or anything, but I really don't know much about the place. I just know it's really old. A lot of strange things have happened, so I guess you could say it's haunted, for lack of a better word. It's just things aren't where I leave them, like ever. I have a lot of things go missing, and sometimes I find it, sometimes I don't. For a while we had a mannequin in here, and it would move around. Like, you leave the room, you come back, it's in a different position. Like, nothing really, like, scary, just odd. Things get knocked off the walls a lot, like the paintings we hang up. I don't know, sometimes music will start playing in the middle of the night on the amp. Like, we'll put the record on and leave it on, but somebody will turn it on. I recently got Tears for Fears album, and like I just woke up like a couple nights ago and it was like blasting full volume at like 3 a.m. Shout, let it all out. Like, it was so freaky because nobody put it on. Like, I'm not saying like we have ghosts, but we have like some sort of something going on, and they have good taste in music. I don't sleep much. If I can get to sleep at all. I maybe got 2 hours last night. It's like somebody else is in the room with you, and it's not like somebody want to be there, so it's like when I do fall asleep, it's like from exhaustion, and like because I can't stay up any longer. Hard to fall asleep when you're terrified. Sometimes you just get chills. I have limbs that just go completely numb, and it's only when I'm in my bedroom. Never really happens up here. One time when I heard screaming, like right outside my door, I opened the door and there was no one there, and there was definitely someone there. My room opens to the outside, and like they could have just been standing right at my door. Like, that's how loud it was. Like, here, I'll give you a demonstration. I'll just scream for a second.
Okay.
It was like, ah! Like something like that. Like, it was quite loud. I'm not sure exactly what they said, but it kind of sounded like help me. That was more than a month ago, and nothing's really happened since. And I'm hoping nothing happens again. Well, people sleep on this futon sometimes, and I've had more than one person tell me they've had someone like knock on the window and like look in at them and like just like stay there for a little while. And it's like nobody that like they knew, just like some strange person. I mean, nobody's really gotten harmed, just spooked. I've never I've never seen anything personally. Like I've seen some weird occurrences, but I've never like seen a ghost or like a spirit or whatever. Like I'm not really into that bullshit. I get a lot of stuff on the side of the road. I like dumpster diving, and I don't know, old things are really interesting to me. I don't know if like something possessed and I brought it with me when we came here, or if it's just the place itself, but I've never had any problems before I lived here. There's this chest that's always been kind of weird. I stopped putting things in it. Like I put something in it, and then when I take it out, it just like, it kind of got like bad vibes. Like negative things will happen when I use them.
The Ouija board is not a game. If you do not know what you're doing, do not go on it, because they say it's like a portal and you don't really know what you're bringing through.
Well, there's some strange things happening in here, so we thought, hey, might as well give it a try, see if somebody's trying to communicate with us. Maybe just be a little bit more straightforward than knocking shit off the walls.
A lot of teenagers get on it and they don't know what they're doing, and it's very dangerous.
It was Jason and I, my roommate Jason. We just like kind of both had one hand on it and just let it like guide around. Just said hello. Like it was spooky, but like it wasn't like like we didn't like get terrified. It was just really, really, really weird. Like, so like it actually spelled out hello, and that was just like, okay, so we're definitely not crazy. There's something going on here.
Years ago, my sister had played with the Ouija board, and that night, my sister had woke up and she was screaming and crying, and me and my mom ran into her room, and my sister, she was just screaming and shaking, and she said that she woken up and she felt like she was in a pool. She saw this man coming through. It was like coming through a mattress, and she was being dragged off the bed, and so was my dog. And my dog wouldn't even come in her room for months.
Our other roommate moved out because he couldn't take living here anymore. I'm just gonna move. I've had enough of this shit. Like I said, Jason hasn't quite been the same. He doesn't talk much anymore. Yeah, I think it might be haunted or possessed or something along those lines.
At the time in high school, my sister's teacher had said that he was interested in the paranormal. He said, a really good place to go check out is the Whitby Psych out in Whitby. He explained that at the time it was an abandoned psychiatric hospital. So she had told my mom, and so we decided, maybe we'll go look. So we went there one night. We all went through a window, and when we got in, it was dark, it was really cold, and it was just a very eerie feeling. The curtains blowing through the windows and glass all over the floor. Now, Whitby Psych at the time was an acre of cottages. Now, downstairs in the basement were tunnels. You go through one tunnel, it could lead you from this cottage over to the next one. The tunnels were very, very narrow. You could probably just one person could walk, not side by side. Every time you went down there, it was just a very eerie feeling. You knew something was there, just something wasn't right. The energy was very, very low. We had gone one night. It was just me, my sisters, and my mother. We had our flashlights, and we all had walked in this dark, cold room, and you see like shackles bolted to the walls. And we're looking, all of us, as we're looking at the shackles in the room, every one of our flashlights all died. It was getting very, very cold, and we had like a chill running up or down our spines, and you could feel it. It was strange, and we're feeling the walls. We're like, where is the door? We can't find the door, and we're panicking, freaking out. We couldn't figure out why, and all of a sudden we came to the door, and as we're walking out the door, then every one of our flashlights all turned on. It was just very scary to know that, this is where people had been. And you'd be looking at something, you're like, oh my God, what happened to them here? What did they do? I absolutely do believe in the paranormal.
And I don't really believe in like paranormal or like living here just kind of made me question it though. Just from the weird shit that's been going on with no explanation. Because I like to think there's an explanation for everything, but I can't come up with anything.